My name? Call me Simon. It's not important anyway. You look like a traveler. Were you at Golgotha? I was, but I didn't plan to be. Plans, what a joke. None of this was my expectation. I thought I had it figured out. I mean, I knew I never had him figured out. You've heard of him. The healer, the rebel, the rabbi. But he's much more than that to me. I was one of the first people to follow him. I got in on the ground floor. I learned with him. I fished with him. I ate with him. I sat by the fire with him. He told me about his father. I was one of the first ones. He looked at us and he said, "Just who do you think I am?" I'll never forget it. It was a curious look in his eye, kind of like when my wife prepares my favorite meal. That look of anticipation, waiting for my reaction when I smelled that lamb roasting in her special mix of spices. That's the look he had, the look of anticipation. I got it, and I spoke it aloud. He was the Messiah, the Anointed One. He called me his rock. Andrew said that he meant I was as dumb as a rock, but I knew what he meant. More than ready. I was eager, waiting to prove my worth to him. Last night, I thought that moment had come. When the priests and soldiers rushed in to arrest him, I drew my sword and rushed at him. That's what I thought the Messiah's right-hand man was supposed to do. But he said don't. They took him away, beat him, tried him, and crucified him. He told me I would deny him, and I told him he was crazy. Told him I'd die for him. But when the time came, I fled from the soldiers. I couldn't even stand up to a servant girl when she said she recognized me. Some general, not even able to stand up to a little girl. But he was my friend. How could I have done that? But I went back, like I said, cloak over my head, just to make sure nobody would recognize me. I couldn't even bring myself to look at him. And I could hear over the crowd his voice, the voice I'd known so well over the past 3 years. Weakened? Yes. Anguished? Yes. Strained? Certainly. But it was still familiar. And out of all of the things I've heard or seen him do over the years, this one tops the list. He said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do." And standing there in the shadow of my betrayal, I knew I was one of them. He forgave me, I know it, but I couldn't bring myself to accept it. Can I?